Whaatwaa family, welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, Mr. Whaatwaa. And today, hey yo, skirt, man. Check this out, yo. We got a video today. It's called "The Muslim on the Airplane" by Amal Kassir. We're about to get into it now. Remember, if this is your first time on the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the Whaatwaa family. We are literally the littest family on YouTube, and that's a fact. And also, before we get started, put a like on this video. Remember, if you got a video you want me to react to, get down in the comment section. Let me know, and I will get to it, man. Let's go ahead and get into this reaction, man. Let's get it. TEDxMileHighWomen. Oh, this about to be good. Let's get it. Whole Foods Market, okay.
Whenever I travel, I carry a little metal box of Altoid mints because after a 4-hour, 7 a.m. flight, everyone has bad breath. So, almost anyone is willing to take the mint from the Muslim on the airplane.
Alright.
And I know I've been successful when my neighbor turns and asks, "So, what's your name?" You see, even if there was an elephant in the room, I'm still the elephant in the room. Yeah, when an elephant offers you mints on an airplane, I'm fully aware that it's not always easy to accept. So when the courageously curious do pop the "what's your name" question, I try to make it worth their while. My name is Amal.
Amal.
It means hope in Arabic.
Okay.
Most days, my name is waitress at my family's Damascus restaurant. Full-time university student and then some. Pre-law, world traveler, 11 countries. My name is I've performed poetry in 8 of those countries.
Whoa. You go, girl.
International spoken word poet, unapologetic Muslim woman, Syrian American hijabi activist, social justice advocate. My name is writer, teacher, Colorado born, mile high baby.
Mile high.
But at the airport, my name is random search. And on the street, it's terrorist, sand nigger, raghead, oppressed, and on the news, it's ISIS, jihadi, suspect, radical. My name is "Could your Muslim neighbor be an extremist?" My mama, who wears the hijab, the Islamic headdress, is often referred to as "go back to your country." But she's from Iowa. And her nickname is Lisa Pizza. And it does not take more than a couple questions to figure out that her country is the Council Bluffs cornfields. But how would someone know this without asking? They say the shortest distance between two people is a story. Well, I elaborate on that to say that the greatest distance you can travel in the shortest amount of time is by asking someone their name. The way we name ourselves is a reflection of who we are. Our declarations, family histories, the things we believe, the morals we abide by, our homes, cultures, transformations. Like a Muhammad turned Mo, or a Lisa Pizza turned Iman. And how we name others and how, if we allow others to name themselves, is a reflection of our own declarations, of our courage and our fear. The malleability of a person's story must be self-determined, coming from the lips of the storyteller, not the anchorman, not the megaphone, not even the scarf on her head or the melanin in his skin, because no one can speak the names of billions in one breath unless it's in prayer. And oftentimes when we generalize, it isn't because we're praying. And when we don't ask someone their name, we're not asking for their story. In the world of mass media and rampant misinformation, it is hard for anyone, including myself, to deconstruct all these terrifying stories that we hear. And sometimes, instead of isolating them, individualizing them, we tend to paint a group of people with a broad brush. Until suddenly, everyone with a hijab on is a raghead that needs liberating. Or everyone with white skin is a racist cracker. Or everyone with black skin is a fatherless nigger. Or everybody who looks like my father is gonna blow up the airplane. Or if the killer had a light complexion, he's just a mentally fragile lone wolf. And we come to this point where we feel like we don't even need to ask people their names because we already gave it to them. In Europe right now, a monumental name change is taking place that has completely transformed a humanitarian responsibility. Countries are deporting refugees. But when you watch news coverage, these refugees are being referred to as migrants. Because let's face it, deporting migrants sounds way more reasonable than deporting individuals who have been forced to flee their country because of persecution, war, and violence. The United Nations definition of refugee. And in naming these people this way, we've attributed to them a choice instead of a circumstance, some economic gain instead of a desperation to flee a war zone. These little ones are refugees, not migrants. I took this photo last year at a refugee camp on the Syrian-Turkish border, and contrary to popular belief, they aren't poisons. They're not here to steal our democracy or to take over our neighborhoods. They're people.
Yeah.
Families who wish that they could go home, but have had to make that home somewhere else. And we've come to this point where the word migrant essentially means piles of brown, foreign-speaking people. And we end up forgetting there was a point where some people would have considered those who looked like this to be migrants as well. Right, though? And it is in this forgetfulness that we assume, monopolize on people's stories, attribute their race, social class, religions, clothing to the names that we chose for them. Terrorism is a fine modern-day example, unfortunately. In the past few years, so much violence has just spread across our country.
Yeah.
But when you watch the news, there's always a specification as to whether or not terrorism was involved, which I think we all know means the killer looked like this. Which he's a babe, which must mean that the killer, of course, pledges his allegiance to this, right? But correct me if I'm wrong, news coverage does in fact tend to be a little different when the terrorist looks like this.
Touché.
And it ultimately has us forgetting that terrorism, by definition of terrorism, has always come in all shapes and colors. And what happens when we confine certain names with certain depictions, wrongfully excluding some and including others? We end up caging masses of people under a name that says dangerous, even if they're nowhere near it. Like when we say thug instead of 17-year-old black child. When we say alien instead of immigrant. When we say lazy poor people instead of unequal wealth distribution. When we say bomb instead of clock.
Yes, yes.
This man's name is Craig Hicks. He's often referred to as a parking dispute, but his real name is a man who shot and killed 3 Americans in their homes, in their heads, execution style, because they were Muslim. His name is hate crime. Their names are Dia, Yusr, and Razan. A 23-year-old, 21, and 19. Dia and Yusr were just named husband and wife, newlyweds. And the 3 were known by their loved ones as sons and daughters, brothers, sisters, students, activists, Instagrammers, taxpayers, Americans. But now, their names are too young to have been taken. Their names are rest in peace, Allah yarhamu. Hicks did not ask them their name. He assigned it to them when he assigned them each a bullet, named him a threat to his America, and as a result, took their lives. This is a photo on Dia and Yusr's wedding day. It's so beautiful. They were killed before they could even see this. Studies show that during breaking news coverage, the first story is the one that sticks, even if it isn't true. Like during the Paris attacks, when there was talk that refugees were dangerous because they found a passport, only to later confirm that there were no Syrians or refugees involved. But when we have such a huge habit of misnaming people, it's easy to overlook these kinds of mistakes. And this is exemplary of what happens in a culture of fear. In a society that doesn't ask one another their names, and you end up with the mouth of an anchorman or the mouth of a gun doing all the talking. On September 11th, 2001, I attended a private K-8 Islamic school. And within the first hours of the tragedy, my school received 2 bomb threats. The word terrorist was not on my spelling list, but all of us kids picked it up pretty soon after. And in naming us terrorists amidst this mass tragedy that affected us as Americans too, in the words of Dalia Mujahid, we were not just mourners, but we were suspects as well. But a few months ago, me and my very handsome white boy-looking brother named Usama and I were at the museum buying planetarium tickets. And an elderly white man walked up to me and said, "I'm sorry about everything you must be going through right now. I want you to know that not all Americans believe what these buffoons are saying. And I want you..." Yeah, he used the word buffoons. And he said, "I want you to know that we stand by you." Now, had I not been wearing a little piece of my identity on my head, he wouldn't have known to tell me this. And even though he didn't ask me what my name was, he instead told me his. I have learned from experience that when someone really wants to know, they will be willing to cross that threshold of fear and find out that my name means hope. And then they'll have the courage to ask the much more important questions that probably only I can answer. Like, what's that thing on your head? Were you forced to wear it? Are all Muslims really violent people? Does the Quran really say to kill all of us? Can you please tell me what's up with ISIS? And these questions, though seemingly uncomfortable, are how I know that I have been humanized. And are how the courageously curious know that really, I'm only as scary as the silence fear festers in. Upon meeting someone new, we ask their names. We do not assign it to them. And with that name, we are given ancestry. Bloodlines and dialects, books and poems, perspectives, wars, struggles, and survival stories. What's your name is such a short distance to cross. But when you ask me, ooh, buddy, I'm gonna take you from Kuala Lumpur to Barcelona to Beirut. We're gonna go to Damascus, to Sydney, to Trinidad and Tobago. I will show you Mecca. My closet with 70+ international scarves, the graves of my 31 family members who've been killed in Syria, the coffee shop that I hang out at and do my homework. But we must have the courage to claim our curiosity, to go beyond anything we ever knew, anything we ever feared. But it takes two. The elephant who offers the mint, and the one who takes it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wow. TEDxMileHighWomen. Wow, that was... Okay. Wow. Okay. That was really good. Whaatwaa family, get down in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about the video. Also, if you have a video you want me to react to, get down in the comment section. Let me know, and I will get to it. Now, Whaatwaa family, as y'all know, on this channel, the Whaatwaa family is built up of a lot of different religions and a lot of different people from different age ranges. So there'll be some times where we will talk about some really important topics, and then sometimes you might see me post a video that might be like, you know, more so geared towards the younger crowd, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure that we get around to everything. I want everybody to be able to learn from this channel, but also have fun, because every time there's not always we're going to be, you know, always like, yes, this is this, and yes, that is that. Sometimes we have to relax and say, you know what, let's have some fun on the channel. So that is for my young Whaatwaa family members. And then for my older Whaatwaa family members, we're going to talk about these important topics. So that's what I like to do on this channel. I want to make sure that I incorporate, especially like what's going on, like what's hip, what's new with the younger crowd, so I can get them more, you know what I'm saying, more entwined with what we're doing, to make sure we satisfy every age group. Now, Whaatwaa family, what I want y'all to do is, I want y'all to get down in the comment section, and I want you to tell me what your name is. That's one thing that, honestly, I don't even think I've done that on this channel yet. I haven't even asked you, what is your name? Yes, get down in the comment section, let me know what your name is, and then let me know what the meaning of your name, what does it mean? Now, let's go ahead and get into this. As you can see what the lady was talking about, this was a nice speaker, like very, very nice speaker. I like when speakers like talk about something important, have that good vocabulary, but also put a little bit of comedy, humor, relief in it, so it doesn't feel so tense. It doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like you're just sad all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just adds that comical relief to it. So the one thing I wanted to say was, yes, there is. It shouldn't be like that, where you're walking around and somebody labels you as something just because of your skin color or the way you look or the way you dress. Now, I know around that time with like she was saying, around that time with 9/11, I was so young at that time. So it was to the point where I was so young, like I didn't know exactly what was going on. I knew something bad happened because it happened when I was in elementary school, and we were in class, and out of nowhere, I think we were doing some assignment, and then out of nowhere, like it wasn't even I think there was an announcement over the intercom, and then the teacher, literally everything just stopped. The teacher turned the TV on, and that was the end of it. Like it felt like the teacher just like literally died inside. And we were young at that time, and I was just wondering what was going on. And then like the school let out early. Like everything was just weird at that time. And then as time went by, that's when my parents told me what happened. And you know, at that time I was so young, I knew something was wrong, because you know, I seen it on the TV, and I was just in shock. Like, how can somebody do that? So what it is the media was able to take that and make everybody hate a certain group of people, which to me was absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. As time progressed, I'm not saying that it's all gone, because people are still prejudiced here. But what I'm saying is that I guess you could say time has gone to the point where people are healing, but the hurt is still there for some people. You know what I'm saying? So, like the girl was saying, and to me, that's the best thing. That's the best advice. You don't know anybody unless you talk to them, and the first thing you have to do is ask them their name. And if you ask them their name, and then also take the time to say, you know, what does your name mean, and tell me more about you, then you will realize that it's not about a skin color. It's not about a religion. It's about the person. We have to stop. I don't know. It's like, it's not even like we have to stop it. We just have to just control it, because everybody's born with it. Everybody's born with that first judgmental, just being judgmental at the beginning. Like when you first, it's like you can't even control it. Like when you first see somebody, your mind automatically prejudges them. But you have to make sure that you take it to yourself to say, you know what? Let me get to know this person, not go off of what somebody else says. Let me get to know this person, and then you come up with your own idea, your own classification of that person off of what you learned from that person or from what you've seen from that person. Take the time. Like sometimes I feel like we're all naive, that we're not taking the time to get to know people, to get out there and just say hello. Yes, hello, what is your name? It's nice to meet you. My name is Mr. Whaatwaa. Now, the thing about Whaatwaa family, people want to know what that means. If you don't know what that means yet, that means you're very new to the channel. So I'm going to let you know. Whaatwaa family is summed up of people from different religions that decided to come together to stop the prejudging, to stop the racism, to stop the discrimination, to stop basically to stop the blame of saying you're not good, I'm better. No. We're all one. We're all one. It's a group of people that are tired of seeing people judgmental, to say, you know what, we are all one. We're going to come together and say, you know what, yes, you believe in Islam. Yes, you believe in Christianity. Yes, you believe in Judaism. Yes, you believe in Hinduism. Yes, you're a Buddhist. Yes, you're an atheist. Yes, you're a Jehovah's Witness. Yes, you're a non-denominational. Yes, you don't believe in anything. But we're going to come together. We're going to be family, and we're going to talk to each other, and I want to know why you believe in that. I want to get to know you more. I want to know why you believe in it. I want to get to know you more, and then be able to say, you know what, brother? We are the same. We are the same. We're family. And the best thing with family is to be able to look at somebody that is not, to be able to look at somebody that's not your religion. They don't have to be your religion to be your family. You can have somebody that's a different religion. You can have somebody that's a different ethnicity, a different color, a different gender. Be your family. To be able to say, yes, I have family that are Muslim. I have family that are Buddhist. I have family that are atheists. Yes. I have family that are Christian. I have family that are non-denominational. I have family, so I can be able to have, if I have questions, I can be able to go to my brother, go to my sister and say, you know what? I don't understand this. I want to know why you believe in this. I want to know why you don't believe in this. I want to have a bigger thought process. I want to have a bigger mind to be able to understand and be able to know the truth. You know, the truth. And the truth is we're all one. We're all one. God bless this woman. Now, Whaatwaa family, I want you to get down in the comment section. Let me know what your name is. Yes, Whaatwaa family, I want to know what your name is and let me know what it means. And then, like I said, Whaatwaa family, we're all built up in one. That's what the Whaatwaa family means. All religions coming together as one. As one. And also, guys, like I said before, on this channel, we're gonna have fun, but we're also gonna be able to touch these sensitive topics. I know they're very sensitive. I know they're very hardcore topics, but we're gonna touch on them, and then we're also gonna be able to have fun on this channel, to be able to, you know, to be able to laugh and, you know, be able to have fun. You know, sometimes sometimes me, I like to keep my ear down with the, you know, with the youngins, like what's going on, what's cool, what's hip, because at the end of the day, to me, that's what I love. I love to be able to look at the young ones and saying, yo, man, what's going on? What's hype, man? What's the new thing? You know what I'm saying? So then I can take that and be able to bring it and be able to form it to where I can say, you know what? Let me make, instead of being here on this platform, being here and basically reading off something and making it boring, you subscribe to this channel because we're learning about different religions, but we're also making sure that we have fun at the same time and it's not boring. That's the way that you learn. To be able to incorporate that funness, that uniqueness, that trend, that coolness, but also be able to get that ding at the same time. Woo! Woo! That's high. You know what I'm saying? Man, with Whaatwaa family, man, I will see y'all tomorrow. Why? Because I post videos every day. Remember, this is your first time on the channel. Hold up. Skirt, skirt. If this is your first time on the channel, you have not already subscribed, what are you doing? Make sure you go ahead and subscribe and join the Whaatwaa family. We are literally the latest family on YouTube, and that's a fact. Also, before you leave the channel, put a like on this video. Remember, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Why? Because I post videos every day, so please take care. Mwah! Stay safe. Whaatwaa!